A very good evening to one and all present here. Today I'm going to talk about a review on the immune boosting effect of the pharmacological action of Kamarasi Karpam. I'm talking from I'm talking from Velumari Siddha Medical College and Hospital, which is located in Chennai, and my name is Dr. Karina Rema. Next slide, please. Yes. Today we're going to talk about an important quote in Siddha aspect, which was told by Satamuni. The quote name is Andathil Ullade Pindam, Pindathil Ullade Andam. Now, the meaning of this quote is what is in the microcosm is in the macrocosm, and what is in the macrocosm is in the microcosm. We'll learn about the meaning after some time. Now, let's see the second quote. Soundness in health reciprocates the wellness of mind. Here, the health is indirectly connected to the mental health. This was written so many centuries ago by Tirumular in the book of Tirumandram. Here, he is also given the definition of body. A body is a sacred instrument to contain the soul, therefore must be nurtured well to safeguard the life. So it also talks about the definition of the body. Next slide, please. Okay, today we see about the introduction. Siddha is the mother medicine of the peninsula southern India. Not only Tamil, it is about the mother medicine of the Dravidian of southern peninsula India. Now, let's talk about Siddha. Let's see a background about Siddha. Here, we are going to talk about the Siddhas. Based upon that time, we see that the Indian culture had a supreme time. They had so much of development of consciousness in Indian, the consciousness back then than we compared to here. They didn't have any what do you call they didn't have so much of medical equipments or any other type of items to find out the basis of the disease or how to find out and to find out the medical composition or the formulation or to find out what is the disease and how to give it an how to give it a solution. But they had a connection to their soul, so they had the creative mind and they had a connection to their knowledge which is connected to their soul. So they have
Sorry, go on. It was just another mic went on.
Yeah, okay. So as I was saying before, they had a connection between the soul and the mind, and the creative thinking was so kind and so good that they had so much of knowledge that they could find out a disease and the final complication, the herbomineral formulation to give an explanation to that disease and to even find out a formulation to cure that disease back then itself. And now we are just finding out that about that, and we are learning that, and we are applying that in our day-to-day life. Such formulations of that immunological and immunomodulatory drugs are used in the present scenario, and they are evident to such current researches. These immune boosting and immunomodulatory drugs are so implemented even in COVID-19. So they have such creative mind and they have such wisdom to do this. Okay, now we see about the word Siddha. The word Siddha means established truth. Now, the fundamental principles of Siddha, which is the basic of Siddha, is made up of 5 elements, which is also known as Aimbudam, 3 forces, which is known as Mukutram, and 7 constituents known as Yelu Udal Kattukal, also known as Yel Udal Sadhukkal. Now, the Siddha medicine research is known as a bedside to bench, and the meaning of this quote means that Siddhas have already found out a medical formulation, and we are just applying it in the clinical research aspect to find out how it is applied in our day-to-day life and how to apply it to the clinical practice and give them as a disease contribution. But in the other aspect, when we talk about bench to bedside, we can take about modern medicine, where they find out a formulation and they apply it in the clinical research. They apply it in the clinical. They go through the clinical research and then only they apply it in the clinical practice. Okay, next slide, please. Now we talk about Kaya Karpam. Siddha medicine there are many more Siddha medicines which are applied in our life, and Siddhas have introduced many medicines. In that, we are going to talk about Kaya Karpam. A Kaya Karpam can be also taken as a preventive medicine, and it is also known as an ambrosial medicine. Ambrosial medicine The word ambrosial means immortality, which is also known as longevity, because that immortal medicine can be the once prepared medicine can last for a long time, which is for a long time. Even it can be eternal. We can say it as eternal. So the scissors use this medicine to protect the body from demise or decomposing position to increase the life expectancy. We will see it in the next slide about the Kaya Karpam. Now, the goal of this work, we are doing just a review paper, and we expect people to take this into preclinical and clinical trials and to have an experimental proof and to take about this in the upcoming future and to know more about the immunomodulatory action of Kavarisi Karpam. Next slide, please. Okay, here we see the ancient medicine that these people, you see in this picture, they are the siddhas. Okay, so these people were known to be the seer or thinker of men of action. They, as I've said, already mentioned before, they had so much of knowledge and they had so much of creative mind and wisdom that they had a connection through their soul and the knowledge through which they could already, have that evolution of the first 10 faculties through which they could find out a formulation and they could cure people with their, their hands and with their medications and with the herbs. Next slide, please. Now we see about the 7 body constituents. As I mentioned before, there are the Mukutram, the Panchabhudam, and the Yelu Udar Sadikal. They are the basic fundamental principles of Siddha. Here, we are going to talk mainly about the Yelu Udar Sadikal, also known as 7 body constituents. We are going to see about them one in one. The names are Staram, Tenni, Oon, Kolpu, Yenbu, Mulai, Sukilam, or Suronidam. Saram is known as the digestive juice, Tenir as blood, muscle as oon, Kolpu as fatty acid, Yenbu as bone, Mulai as bone marrow, and Suklam as semen, and Suronidam as ovum. Next slide, please. Now we see about the Kaya Karpam. Kaya Karpam is nothing but the competent body. You can take it as a competent body in the English formulation. Here, the Karpam can be taken as a preventive medicine which heals, rejuvenates, and balances dry humor. It not only restores youth but also maintains youthfulness. Hence, we take this as a longevity, hence an ambrosial medicine, like I said before. Here, there are 2 types of Karpam, which is known as Pudu Karpam and Sirappu Karpam. Now we are talking about Pudu Karpam. Pudu Karpam means which can be used as a prophylactic medicine, which is a preventive medicine. You don't need a disease to take this medicine. It can be used as a preventive medicine, which means you can take this even as your day-to-day healthy life. But you can take it only for a period, which can be either 40 days or 48 days. The medicine which I'm going to talk about, which is Kamarisi Karpam, which can be taken as a period of 40 days. Now, what is the best time to take this medicine? It can be taken after meal, both during mornings and evenings. Next slide, please. Now, this is drugs which are involved in Kamarisi Karpam. First one is known as Nerinjil, the botanical name which I've given here for your easier understanding, which is known as Tribulus terrestris. And the part used is the seeds. Now, Nellikai is also known as Embleca officinalis, and the parts used are frozen. And Sindel here is Pinus procardifolia, the parts used are bark. Next slide, please. Now, we're going to see about the procedure. Now, the Nerinjil, which is also known as Tribulus terrestris, we are taking the seeds here and the fruits of the Embleca officinalis without the seeds, and the Sindel, which is Pinus procardifolia, and the part we're using is bark, like I said before, but without the skin. We're going to peel off the skin, we're going to take off the seeds, and we're going to take it in equal ratio, and we're going to grind them. After grinding them, then we get a fine powder, and we're taking them and we're storing it in a container, and then we are adding cow's ghee and honey. Then we are going to eat them. Okay, when we are going to take them as a medicine, we're going to add ghee and honey to this, and then we're going to take it with 6 to 8 grams, and we can take it in the morning and evening. Like I said before, we're going to take it after food. Then after this, we're going to take with milk. Okay, so we are going to have a followed by milk intake. Now, indications. Now, it is used mainly for immunity, aphrodisiac, general tonic, and prevention of debility. Like we are using this right now for immunity aspect, and then we're going to see why we have mentioned about aphrodisiac and the prevention of debility and the general tonic in the later slide. Next slide, please. Okay. Now we're going to see about the basics of Siddha. Now, here we have talked about the 5 elements. Like I said before, Andathil ullade pindam, pindathil ullade andam. We're going to see about the explanation of that. What is in the microcosm is in the macrocosm. Now, about the 5 elements, which are nothing but the earth, water, fire, air, and ether, we're going to relate it to our real life right now. Now, these 5 elements, no, you can see it in our real world, like the food we eat, the water we drink, the air we breathe, the land we live in, and the force which holds the earth together, and through that we are living here. So these are nothing but the Panchabhut, which is the 5 elements. Now, these 5 elements can be explained to our body too. So we are made up of this Panchabhutam, and even the world is made up of this Panchabhutam. Hence, microcosm. What is in the microcosm is in the macrocosm. Our cells are made up of body. A body is made up of cells, and the whole world is also made up of cells. Now these 5 elements can be related to the 6 states in the body. Here we can see that the 5 elements is linked with the 6 states by the combination of 2 elements. For example, we can see that the sweet is equal to earth plus water, which we can talk in Tamil as Inipu is equal to Man Kutal Tannir. Man Kutal Neer. Inipu na Man Kutal Neer. Okay. So like this, there are about two constituents, combinations of each 5 elements, each 2 of the 5 elements, which are combined to each state. So this is how the 5 elements are combined to the 6 states. They are interlinked. Now, the 6 states are interlinked to the 7 body constituents. These constituents are maintained to produce a healthy offspring, which we're going to talk about later. Okay. So the imbalance in this body constituents is cured by the 6 primary states, which is here with the 5 element theory. I hope you can understand what I'm saying. I'll repeat it again. The imbalance in the 7 body constituents is cured by the 6 primary states with the 5 element theory. Okay, the 7 body constituents which are made up of, in our body. Okay, the next slide, please. Now, this is a flow chart which you have to understand like slowly, like what I'm saying. Now, I've said before, the tribulus terrestris here, umbilica officinalis, and Ctenospora cordifolia. Now, these we assign particular tastes. There are particular tastes to each plant, okay, in the world, and through this we are giving medication to each formulation and through each formulation and each diseases, and that is how we assign diseases, formulations to each diseases using the aspect. Here we are saying tribulus terrestris, also known as Neringyl. Here, this Neringyl has the astringent taste. Now, this astringent taste is linked to the 7 body constituents by blood, which means that the astringent taste can be used to increase the blood in our body. And the particular, the tribulus terrestris, in the tribulus terrestris, there is a phytochemical component through which also we are helping to, connect to you through a modern aspect, which can help you to understand how this works in the Siddha work, in the Siddha basis and in the modern basis. Here, the ferulic acid here, it applies to the blood through the increase of erythropoietin. You can see this. We will see it in the next slide that the ferulic acid here can help to increase the erythropoietin, which is a protein required for the increase of the RBC production, which is also known as erythropoiesis. In the same way, quercetin and berberine are also applied in a respective manner. Here, the umbilica officinalis, also known as Neல்லிக்காய், has a sour taste, which helps to increase the fatty tissue. Okay, through the increase in fatty tissue, this can be done by the phytochemical compound known as quercetin, which is present in umbilica officinalis. In the same way, Cthenil has a taste bitter in the Siddha aspect, which helps to increase the bone marrow content of the body, and the phytochemical compound present in Ctenospora cordifolia is berberine, which helps to increase the bone marrow. Thus, the sweet and the phytoconstituents and the 7 body constituents are related. Next slide, please. Okay, now we're going to see about Pathyam. You might ask, what is Pathyam? Pathyam is nothing but the diet regimen. Okay, when we follow any karpam or any karpamurai or any medicine, especially in Siddha, we follow a particular diet regimen or particular aspect of food while we follow it. So here, why do we follow it? You may ask, why do you follow it? It is to increase the efficacy of the drugs which we take, which can help us to live a long and healthy life. Hence, Ambrosial medicine. Okay. So here we see that the milk, raw white rice, which is white rice, and green grams can be taken. So this can help to increase the efficacy of the drugs. So this, especially these three food items can be taken to increase efficacy of the drug. And the next slide, no, the next point. Here we see that the tamarind, salt, meat, fish, etc., can be reduced, can be avoided, or either be reduced to which can help to increase the efficacy of the drug. And so that's the medicine can hereby have a faster cure in the body. If it is taken as a curative medicine, the medicine can help to have a faster aspect in the body condition, and thereby it can give a faster cure. Then the sexual abstinence is also advised. It can be advised, and for a 40 days period. Next slide, please. Now we see about Tribulus terrestris. In Tribulus terrestris, we are taking the seeds. You might ask, why are we taking the seeds? According to an Siddha aspect, the seeds tend to consist of the 5 elements all together in the particular seed. There are certain specific Budhams, which is 5 elements which are assigned to each part of the plant. For example, water is assigned to the stem part of the plant. In the same way, each leaf, fruit, and each and everything are assigned particularly. Here, the seeds are assigned to consist of all the 5 elements in this seed. So hence we're taking Tribulus terrestris seed. Hence the Tribulus terrestris is also known as Nelli, which is also known as Kamarasi. Here we are taking the main aspect as the Kamarasi. So hence we get the name Kamarasi Karpam. So Tribulus is the main component here. I'm going to see its actions. It has antiurologic, diuretic, aphrodisiac, and immunomodulatory actions. Now we're going to see about the phytochemicals and their aspects. Now the Harman. Harman is considered to have an osteomodulatory response which occurs during the inflammation. During the inflammation, it helps to increase the osteogenesis. So during an inflammation process, the osteomodulatory response is very much required. Thereby, it helps in the osteogenesis. Now we're going to see about MAO inhibitor. MAO is nothing but monoamine oxidase. This monoamine oxidase inhibitor helps to elevate the happy hormones, which is nothing but serotonin, dopamine, catecholamines, etc. Now, monoamine oxidase is said to inhibit or reduce the level of the happy hormones, thereby which helps to cause the mood disorder. Now, Harman acts as an MAO inhibitor, thereby elevating the happy hormones, and thereby our general mental health is developed. Now, we said in the first slide that the sound health begins from the wellness of mind. So, we can apply that here. Now, about the angiogenic inhibitor. Angiogenesis is a process through which there's a formation of new blood vessels to begin a new tumor or to develop a new tumor. Here, angiogenesis can be also taken as an anti-cancer or tumor. They form the development of anti-cancer or tumor effect. So this angiogenic inhibitor of Harman helps to decrease the amount of vascular endothelial growth factor or inhibit VEGF, which helps to increase the angiogenesis. So, reducing the level of VEGF reduces the process of angiogenesis, thereby acting as an angiogenic inhibitor. Okay, that's about it. Now about protodiazine. Protodiazine helps to increase the DHEA. DHEA is nothing but dihydroepiandrosterone. This dihydroepiandrosterone is produced in the adrenal gland and helps to increase the estrogen and testosterone levels. This estrogen and testosterone levels also help to increase the immune system of the body. So it not only helps in estrogen and testosterone, which are the male hormones or the female hormones, and it also helps to increase the immune aspect of the body, thereby helping in anti-aging and general sense of well-being. Now we are going to talk about ferulic acid. Ferulic acid is used in the process of respiratory burst. Respiratory burst is a process which helps to increase the amount of the about the killing of the bacteria or microbes by increasing the amount of reactive oxygen species also known as ROS. So the increase in the level of ROS helps to kill the bacteria or microbes which enter the body, thereby increasing the through the process of IgM production. IgM production is the first line of defense during the immunomodulatory action. So IgM is increased first, followed by the increase of the cytokines or white blood cells or whatever it is. So first action is IgM production, and ferulic acid of the triglycerides helps to increase this. Then it also helps to increase the erythropoietin. Like we have seen before in the 7-body constituents flow chart, ferulic acid helps to increase the erythropoietin, thereby it helps to increasing the RBC production. So it helps in the 7-body constituents flow chart. Okay, so it helps in the erythropoiesis. Now it also helps to increase the growth hormone. It elevates the growth hormone. So how does it do that? It helps the increase in nutritive and enzyme digestibility. So how does it do that? So when from an infant to becoming an adult or an elder person, we have different type of food we eat or different amount of food we eat. When we are a child, we eat in low quantity, and when we are an adult, we eat in a high quantity. So this intake of ferulic acid of the triglycerides help to increase the nutritive and enzyme digestibility. So we'll have a better body, a better mind, and a better soul. So it helps to increase the growth hormone. So testosterone D, it is a steroid saponin which helps to increase the apoptosis of the cancer cells, because the cancers cause the mutation, and the mutagenicity of the proliferated cell helps cause defect in the body. So it helps to induce apoptosis in tumor, thereby helping the immunity. So on the whole aspect, TTCs tend to have more steroidal saponin, which helps to increase the tumor suppressor protein. So increasing the tumor suppressor protein plays an important aspect in the immune system of the body. Next slide, please. Thank you. Now we're going to see about the Emblyca officinalis fruit. This fruit, why do we take the fruit? Because it has so many amount of actions. It has the anti-inflammatory, cytoprotective, antioxidant, and immunomodulatory properties. We're going to see about the phytochemicals. Here, the gallic acid tend to increase the serotonin and catecholamines, especially epinephrine and norepinephrine. I think I've already told this before, which tend to be the happy hormones, like we call it as a happy hormone. These tend to elevate the mood and reduce the oxidative stress of the body. So this gallic acid tend to increase. Now we are talking about the ellagic acid. Ellagic acid helps in the cancer cell apoptosis. How does it help in the cancer cell apoptosis? Is by repairing the chromosomal abnormalities in the body and suppressing the gene mutation. So mutagenicity of the gene of the proliferated cells causes cancer cell issues, and therefore to repairing the chromosomal abnormality can totally stop this process. So hence ellagic acid is much required in the body. Now we talk about apigenin. Apigenin help to reduce the NF-κB activity in lungs. What is NF-κB? It is nothing but a transcription factor which is much required in the immune system, in the immune process. NF-κB is the nuclear factor kappa B transcription factor. Why is it particularly located in the lungs? Because it has it has a systemic aspect, and it works in a systemic process. Here, apigenin mainly acts for asthma. During a normal asthma, increased NF-κB transcription factor is caused by the increased inflammatory cytokines. Thereby, it causes this inflammation in the apigenin in the asthma and of the alveolar sac, and thereby causing the asthma. Here, the apigenin helps to reduce the NF-κB activity in the lungs. Thereby, it can reduce the inflammation and thereby helping in the immunomodulatory aspect. Now, we talk about the ellagitannin. Before going to ellagitannin, I would like to talk about apigenin, quercetin, and luteolin. These three aspects of the present in the Emblyca officinalis help to prevent the pancreatic injury by the NF-κB, which is the nuclear factor kappa B transcription factor. Also, apigenin and luteolin, it also helps to increase the autoreactive part of the T cells. This apigenin, quercetin, luteolin, all are present in the Emblyca officinalis, and they act as a clump. They act as together to help in the preventing of the pancreatic injury or helping in the increase of the T cells. Okay, now we talk about ellagitannin. L-argitanin is converted to urolithin. So this urolithin is consumed by the gut microbacteria or the gut microbiota and helps to increase the aspect of the prevention of colon anti-cancer effect. Thereby, L-argitanin helps to increase the growth of gut bacteria, which is the good bacteria. Now, pyrocolol. Pyrocolol helps to increase the BAX expression. Like we've seen this BAX is an apoptotic protein. This BAX is increased and helps to cause the apoptosis. So pyrocolol helps in Empirica officinalis helps in this aspect. Next slide, please. Thank you. Now we talk about Ctenospora cordifolia. In the Ctenospora cordifolia, we are taking the bark portion or the bark of the body here of the stem. Now it has an aspect of immunomodulatory, anti-diabetic, antioxidant, hepatoprotective, and memory boosting properties. Ctenospora cordifolia also has a name called Amirthavalli. Here, Amirdam also means immortality. So this drug is mainly used in Karpam aspect, like we've seen in everywhere. Ctenospora cordifolia doesn't have any negative aspects that not much, we've seen so many things about so many good aspects about Ctenospora cordifolia and is used on as an anti-cancerous drug also. Now we'll talk about its phytochemicals. Arabinogalactan, which is present in Ctenospora cordifolia, helps to tolerate the endotoxic shock. Like we talk about endotoxin first. Endotoxin is nothing but the toxin which is released from bacteria or any microbes. So, to tolerate the endotoxic shock, what does it mean is that in endotoxic shock, we'll get fever or inflammation or any other aspect. So, during which occurs in a sudden motion. So, arabinogalactan of the Ctenospora cordifolia helps to tolerate this, thereby helping in immunity. Now we'll talk about palmitin. Palmitin, in the palmitin aspect, let's talk about its physiological aspect. Here, acetylcholine esterase and butyrylcholine esterase. They are normally the work of this ACH and butyrylcholine esterase are to inhibit the neurotransmitter. So the palmitin here helps to inhibit the acetylcholine esterase and butyrylcholine esterase, thereby helping to increase the acetylcholine, which is the neurotransmitter, which thereby it helps in the cognitive enhancement. So palmitin normally helps in cognitive enhancement by increasing the level of acetylcholine production. Okay. Next, the point is about improved antioxidant enzyme activity. What are the antioxidant enzymes? It is nothing but glutathione, superoxide dismutase, and catalase. So these enzymes, what are their functions? The function of these enzymes is to attack and destroy the environmental carcinogens. So to attack and destroy the environmental carcinogen, we can talk about skin lesion or skin cancer or skin issues or whatever it is, or many more environmental carcinogens. We can just think about it, we can get so many. So it helps to improve the antioxidant enzyme activity, thereby helping to prevent so many environmental issues which occur in our body. Now we talk about berberine. Berberine helps in the inhibition of COX-2. COX-2 is nothing but cyclooxygenase activity for colon lesion. COX-2, what is the function of COX-2? COX-2 is the cyclooxygenase which occurs due to the prostaglandin-induced inflammation. So, to suppress the inflammation, we need to inhibit the COX-2 activity, and which can be done by berberine of the Ctenospora cordifolia. Now, on the whole aspect of Ctenospora cordifolia, it also has an important function. About hepcidin, there's a hormone called hepcidin. This hormone helps to inhibit the iron absorption. And this, how does it inhibit the iron absorption? Is by during the inflammatory anemia condition, this iron absorption is even more inhibited, which caused by the pro-inflammatory cytokines in the body. So this Ctenospora cordifolia, this intake of Ctenospora cordifolia can help to increase the hepcidin, thereby decreasing the cytokines, which helps into elevate the iron absorption. So decrease of the hepcidin can stop the iron absorption, to increase in the hydrogen can increase the ion absorption, thereby reducing the cytokines of the body and thereby elevating the ion absorption. Next slide. Now we're going to see about the flow chart. I hope everyone can see this flow chart. So this is a flow chart which depicts the immunomodulatory pathway in which Kamarisikatvam has a phytochemical influence on immunity. This normal flow chart without the dotted line, we can see that it is a flow chart of our immunity. How does our immunity play and role in our body, and how does it act, and how does it increase the amount of the T cells in the body? So here we see the pathogen. It acts. How does a pathogen act in our body? So how are we exposed to the pathogen? When we are exposed to a pathogen, this pathogen, when it enters our body, it tends to increase the monocyte level, and which converts to macrophages, and thereby it increases the TLR response. On the other side, it causes lysosomal fragmentation. We'll talk about it later. Now we'll talk about the TLR. TLR is nothing but the toll-like receptor. So this monocyte is converted to macrophages, and it increases the toll-like receptors of the body, and which increases the IKK, which is the IKB kinase phosphorylation. This IKK increases the NFKB, like I've mentioned before, nuclear factor transcription, kappa B acceleration. So this increase causes the pro-inflammatory cytokines and chemokines in the body, which helps in the activation of other macrophages, which is also known as chemotaxis. This process of chemotaxis helps to call out all the macrophages, and they cause the immune response in the body. So on the other side, it causes lysosomal fragmentation. The fragmentation of the lysozyme causes the major histocompatibility and compatibility to cells to activate. So when it activates, we help. It causes the naive T cells to activate and causes the cytokine signaling. So through this signaling, it causes to all the T cells of the body, the T regulatory cells and Th cells 1, 2, 3, 7, everything it gets activated, and through that we get all the immune response of the body. Now this is the normal immune flow chart. In this flow chart, we have included 2 or 3 phytochemical constituents of the Kamarisikatvam, which is 2 constituents of Neringyl, 2 constituents of Nelicke, and 2 constituents of Seendil. So we are showing how does it act in the immune system. Here, first we are talking about Neringyl. Neringyl is nothing but Kamarisi. So in Kamarisi, we will see the hormone, which is on the right side corner. No, it helps to increase the T regulatory cells in the body. So this causes, this also plays an important aspect of the immune system. Here we can also see ferulic acid TT, which inhibits the part of the Th2 cell type during a particular aspect of the body, which is done in another aspect. Now we can also see about the umbilicophus nalis, which is Nelicke. In Nelicke, we see the gallic acid. Gallic acid can increase the amount of macrophages. On the other hand, even Seendil of cordial phytochemical of the Seendil can increase the monocyte or the macrophages conversion to stimulate the other response of the immune system. Here, even pedunculagen of umbilicophus nalis and alpha-D-glucan of Ctenospora cordifolia, also known as Amardavali or Seendil, can help to increase the cytokine, pro-inflammatory cytokines of the body and lysosomal fragmentation of the body, thereby helping in the immune system. Next slide, please. Now we have come to the end of this session. Here, Kamarisikatvam, especially Karpam, we see that Karpam, the Karpam medicine are not only used just for aging, prevention of aging or stress, but it also helps to maintain wellness of the body and immune enhancement and neurotonic. Like I've said before, it can be used as a preventive medicine, not only as a curative medicine. So you don't need a issue or any problem to use this medicine. It can be used to just for a normal, just as a normal, on a normal basis, on a daily basis, for a particular period of time, like I said, for 40 or 48 days. It can be taken to increase the wellness, immune enhancement, and neurotonic. On the other hand, Karpam is also used to treat various ailments of the body. So it can be used for immunity, body strengthening, and act as a prophylactic medicine for disease prevention. So we can see how Kamarisikatvam has an amazing role in our body. And next slide, please. So these are the references. I first thank you so much for giving this wonderful opportunity. Thank you, Open Attempts. And I hope this can help to develop Siddha in an international level. So thank you.